EGM Network.
Welcome to Classic Car Radio. I'm Keith McDonald. I'm here with Steve Charbonneau and Mike Carano. Todd is off again.
Yeah, he's busy.
He's busy as heck.
A lot of things to move.
Yeah, he does. Did you shut that AC off because Mike was crying?
No. It's once you close the door.
It's still on.
Oh, I see. Okay, all right. Good.
Before the door was open.
Good. All of a sudden, it just
Radio
went,
showed a bunch of women.
What's that?
Radio showed a bunch of women.
Yeah, it's it.
That's all.
The door was open. I had icicles hanging from it.
Oh, okay. All right. That's where it came
Oh, I
from.
closed the door, and that's what it is. I shut the AC off by closing the door.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Right. Okay. Anyway, hey, we're coming up on the first week of March next week, and that's when the Loop was probably going to have, and they haven't contacted me, but usually we're finding out that the car show, the cruise-in that they have with the AACA of Indian River County is usually on the first Thursday of the month. So at the Loop, live in the Loop show at the Riverside Theater in Vero Beach here on Thursday night, starting at 5:30, you should see how many classic cars they put up there. Do you know?
I think
20?
they get 20 to 25 up
yeah.
there, I think.
But Friday and Saturday nights at the Loop, you will not see those cars. And the
Right.
rest of the month, you will not see those cars. But don't miss the concerts there and the car showcase coming up in March at the Loop. With
Live in the Loop.
usually they're on Thursday of the 20th Street Jazz Band. And as I mentioned, AACA is the guys that are bringing cars. And may as well bring it up now. We've got a car show coming up on the 15th, right?
Yep, the 46th annual Antique Automobile Show put on by the Indian River region of the AACA.
Right.
That's Saturday, March 15th. The show starts from 10 to 4. Registration starts at 8. I know they sent out an email today that they're starting to get registrations in. You have another week before the deadline. Otherwise, you got to pay when you get there.
Right.
And the price when you get there will be $25 if you register at the gate, $20 if you get it in by March 10th. There'll be 19 classes judging. They'll have a car corral. Car corral is going to cost you $40. And just remember, bring a fire extinguisher because it is mandatory at that park. And anything that the AACA does, you have to have a fire extinguisher in your car.
And bring a can of food with you.
To drive out hunger.
Right, the Drive Out Hunger campaign. They usually have those, the boxes right outside as you're entering. So you can, if you bring a can of food with you, they haul quite a bit of food out of there by the end of the day. A lot of people respond to that.
Yeah, the post office will be there. They'll be collecting all that stuff.
They're the ones that are doing it.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It usually is. They have a good turnout, close to 300 cars. It's always fun.
Yes, sometimes more than 300.
Right.
So, Mike, tell us about the car show in Sebastian this past weekend.
Oh, what I go to? I went to the First Presbyterian Church in Sebastian. Right. We probably had close to 100 cars.
Yeah.
It's a good turnout. Some old cars, some new cars. A lot of people were just walking around. Big crowd.
Really?
Probably
Okay.
had 300 or 400 people walking through it. It was really nice.
Good weather, too. Beautiful day.
Weather. My brother came out with his car. Since he's been burned, he came out.
Yeah.
He's doing better. Saw a bunch of people I haven't seen in a while. It's always nice. And
yeah.
It was a good turnout, you know.
They have food there?
They had
food trucks or something?
Trucks.
Oh, did they?
Had
Okay.
food trucks, yeah.
But that was sponsored by the Presbyterian, right?
First Presbyterian Church of Sebastian, yeah.
Okay.
So
they did it. I've been to the show 2 years ago. I think I went to it.
Yeah.
And it was pretty well attended even then, I recall, as I recall.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the Roseland Church on Roseland Road is having their car show Saturday, March 8th, and that's from 10 to 3. Free admission open to the public. I believe that's 15 or I think that's $20.
What church is that? Do you know?
That's right on Roseland Road, right by where the dumps is. The big yellow church with the blue roof. You can't miss it.
Oh, so it's on the right if you're coming from US 1?
Right. There's a parking lot across the street. That's where they have the cars.
I thought it might be the first, the one down the street, the Baptist. They got a huge parking lot down there.
Yeah. So this is at the Roseland Church, Saturday, March 8th from 10 to 3.
Okay.
And, they don't have a lot of parking. But you're $20 for the registration. That it does include lunch.
Oh, nice.
So we'll
Very
see
good.
how many cars could show up. Like I said, they probably got room for 20, 25 cars. So
Yeah.
there are a bunch of other shows that day. There's one down in the Grace United Methodist Church down in Merritt Island. They're all over. There's stuff going on everywhere.
Okay.
So we'll talk about it later.
Yeah. Okay.
And what else you got going?
Steve, how are you?
Just another day.
Steve's working 7 days a week.
Yeah, he is. He can't go to any of these car shows.
Yeah.
But you got some help hiring, you said, so that's a good sign. At least a
I
couple
got-
of guys, right?
2 new people started on Monday.
And they
Good.
stayed, and today's what, Wednesday? They're still here?
Yeah, they made it past the first day of lunch.
Oh,
Beautiful.
good. Good.
They,
That's good.
they didn't go to lunch and not come back?
Yeah, they're like, man, this place is busy. We kind of like it. I'm like, thank God. Instead of
that's
having
really
someone
good.
that's like, this place is a little crazy for me.
Now, are they paint?
Yeah.
What are they? They painters? They mechanics? What are they?
I have one technician, and then I had Vinny, who's stepping up behind the service desk for me. So I'm back on the body shop side.
Oh,
right
that's
now.
good.
Okay.
Good.
Good for you.
Yep, got one side fully staffed. Now to see if I can get the body shop fully staffed.
Right.
And what are you looking for in the body shop?
Looking for a guy that can do collision or restoration work and a good painter.
Good painter.
Is that 2 people or 1?
Hey, well, if
The
they
guy
can do
that's
it,
combined can do
yeah,
all
it could
of
be
it?
one,
if
could
they
be
can
2,
do it
could
all,
be
that'd
3.
be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you got enough work even if you had 2,
there's-
you could keep them both busy on
There's
separate
cars
things.
everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm fending people off.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, that's
Good.
it's a good thing. You
Right.
just got to get the cars out. That's the
Yeah.
biggest problem.
Yeah. Very good.
You know.
All right. That's Treasure Coast Automotive, people. Just so you know.
Treasure Coast Automotive, Vero Beach. Don't just drop your car off in Steve's parking lot.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
Treasure
do
Coast
that.
Auto at Vero.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Don't just drop the car off.
Yeah.
People do that, and Steve gets stuck with a car sitting there.
Right. So what do you say we do a news item? This
Yeah,
is
go
kind
ahead.
of
What
a
else you
fun
got
one.
going on?
I never knew about this either.
Go ahead. What do you got?
1998 Chevy S10 electric pickups were supposed to be destroyed, but this guy saved 3 of them. And this is at the drive.com. The 3 trucks are survivors from an EV experiment General Motors ran in the late 90s. Their current owner is determined to get them back on the road. So there was a time when people thought the electric car takeover was imminent, and we're not talking about the last 10 years. It's or even 20 years. It was 1990s, and General Motors made quite a few believers of the EV1, a revolutionary vehicle that ran, met an untimely death when the company suddenly pulled the plug on it. And while that car is one that history remembers, there was another lesser known General Motors EV from the same period, and it was actually a radically different shape, the Chevy S10 pickup electric, believe it or not.
Right.
So what happened was they actually built 492 of these.
Oh,
But-
wow.
But the problem was that they were lead acid batteries.
Oh, so the batteries
So they're
were crap.
massively heavy.
Yeah, and they were
And
crap.
they didn't hold the
They
charge.
didn't keep a charge.
Even
yeah.
if they used boat batteries, the deep cell they call them,
Yeah.
they were failing. There's a lot of high-tech stuff in these trucks, though. And it's just that the batteries sucked, said Keith Dillman, who owns these 3 trucks. And he's trying to get them back on the road. He said that's why they failed. They didn't have the proper batteries. So it was destined for failure. There's no way it could have succeeded. The batteries in all 3 of his trucks are no better than paperweights today. He purchased his first S10 electric somewhere around 2018, and despite that, he's still never driven one of those.
Then why haven't?
He spent a lot of time in the last 7 years tinkering around, trying to fix what he can to get those things running. And as he waits on lithium ion phosphate packs that are being built specifically for trucks like his. So Dillman said that he spent quite a bit of time on those electrics, and everything that runs on the 12-volt circuit works like it should. And they even have 1-gallon diesel tank regular fuel doors that you dump the diesel into to support a small water heater that keeps the truck warm in the wintertime and runs a defroster and all that.
Oh, really?
Didn't Volkswagen do that? They had a kerosene heater in Volkswagen.
Kerosene,
Old
did they?
Yeah, they
I
had.
had no idea.
Did you know about that,
Yeah.
Steve?
Nope.
Okay, the German, I don't know if it came to America, it might have been unsafe, but the Germans put in a kerosene heater inside the Volkswagen. I don't know how it ignited, if there's a button you pushed or you had to use a match
lighter?
or something or a lighter. But anyway, they had these kerosene heaters, and I guess these guys had diesel heaters. The powertrain's heat pump didn't work very well in freezing temperatures, so there's a flip. You can switch on the dash that engages the diesel heater. It even has a 1-inch stainless steel exhaust pipe that pumps out behind the back tires for the diesel heater.
I wonder where they put the batteries. Were they all in the hood?
I don't know. There might be a picture. Jesse had it up a little bit.
Oh, they didn't, no.
No. Well,
Like,
no,
where
you
they-
scroll. If
I
you
mean, where
scroll,
they-
there's a bunch of pictures.
Yeah, are they putting the batteries in the hood?
I was thinking in the bed.
Yeah, but they're not. You know,
They're not in the bed. They're packed somewhere.
maybe behind the front seat or something. I
No,
don't
right
know.
there is a cover.
There you go.
Right there. See the cover on the back
Yeah.
of the truck halfway?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
bet you they're all in there. You drop the tailgate and there's your access panel.
Wow.
Uh-huh. Okay. Anyway, 492 were built. All but 60 were crushed.
Look at that suspension they got on there.
He's got 3 of them. And the rest were, believe it or not, the other 57 went to the U.S. government, and they were using them. I believe they were using them for the Postal Service for short runs.
Right.
See right there? The bed's got a big brace on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
not factory.
Right.
Oh yeah. Well, he's been tinkering with them.
Yeah.
But anyway, the government used them for a while, but the batteries would die, and it got too expensive to run them, so the government canned them as well. I wonder if you could convert them back over. I guess it wouldn't be worth it, though, on an S10. You know, put a little 4-banger in there with an automatic transmission.
Yeah,
or-
why can't you just
Yeah.
get Tesla batteries and hook it
these
up?
are front-wheel drive, too, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they weren't rear-wheel, like the regular S10s were. Pretty interesting stuff, though.
Go back to that picture. I thought it had a dry shaft in it.
Yeah.
Probably does. No.
Nope.
I remember reading in the article
Yeah,
that it
see,
had,
there's no
it had
drive shaft.
front-wheel
Solid.
drive.
And that just
So-
rolls right there. Yeah.
Solid axle in the front
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
or a solid axle in the rear. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's balanced out. They put the transmission and the
Yep.
the motor up front,
Weight
and they
distribution. That
yeah,
truck
they-
probably rode pretty good then.
probably did. Yeah, I mean, I put the batteries way in the back.
Because I know
there.
you put like 250 pounds in the bed of my truck. It rides really good.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, why can't
Well,
they,
you have a smaller S10 or something?
No, my diesel.
the diesel
Oh,
truck?
your diesel. Okay, I get it.
You see where the cover is on that? Go
Yep.
back to the bed cover. Why can't they make that sort of like a solar panel?
I'm sure they could.
You know, I always
Now they could these days because everybody's going back to the hybrids now.
right.
Yeah.
You know, put 2 solar panels or 3 solar panels back there. They'd probably fit the wide,
yeah.
the length
All
of
day
the
long.
bed. And then, you know, I always, you know, because years ago I wanted to build an El Camino with hydraulics, and I always thought maybe I could put a solar panel in the back to keep the batteries charged all the time.
Right.
So maybe, I don't know, maybe they could do that sometime. I don't know.
Well, he's working on it.
Good.
Good luck to
run.
him. Interesting article. It's a very, very long article, by the way. If you want to read it at thedrive.com, he tells you everything about everything he did
Yeah.
and what
Pretty
he's
cool,
done
though.
to these trucks and stuff. So it's very interesting to read. And there's another guy in an article we have coming up that also,
We got to go, though. We
Yeah,
gotta
I
go
know.
on a break.
let's see. This guy wrote a big, long thing about how to save a rare aluminum 340 pack intake. But we'll talk about that when we come back after the break. We have another news item as well. So let's go on break. And when we get back, we'll do some more news for you. We are Classic Car Radio.
It's the longest running seafood festival in the Southeast, the Grant Seafood Festival. 2 days of live music and seafood to make your taste buds dance. March 1st and 2nd. Over 150 crafters. Admission and parking are free. As always, the Grant Seafood Festival is 100% volunteer run. All proceeds benefit the Grant community. The Grant Seafood Festival, March 1st and 2nd. Powered by Gary Yeomans Ford Palm Bay. Maps and details at grantseafoodfestival.com.
Create your island paradise at Sunshine Furniture during our winter sale event. Save 50% on all Tommy Bahama and Lexington, including the newest collection, Key Biscayne. Living room, dining room, occasional chairs, office, and media furniture with sophisticated design and a mix of coastal and Caribbean style. All Tommy Bahama and Lexington offer everything you need for your Florida living. We have the largest selection of in-stock coastal furniture from Four Seasons, Capri, Universal, Riverside, Hooker, Seawinds, Barcalounger, Best, and lots more. At Sunshine Furniture, we're the outdoor furniture experts specializing in patio sets that withstand the Florida elements, and we have a gallery of Berlin Garden and Bollywood. Come in now for the best prices of the year. Sunshine Furniture, $12.95 US 1 in Vero Beach. Don't miss the 50% off winter sale on Tommy Bahama and Lexington going on now. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com and visit our outlet store directly across the street.
When the check engine light comes on, turn to Treasure Coast Auto of Vero Beach. Time for an oil change? Turn to Treasure Coast Auto of Vero Beach. Brake work, alignments, maintenance, and more? Turn to Treasure Coast Auto of Vero Beach. Your certified service center specializing in alignments, repairs, oil changes, radiators, brakes, even auto electric repair. Just east of US 1 at 1212 23rd Street, Vero Beach. Turn to the local mechanics you can trust. Treasure Coast Auto of Vero Beach.
Welcome back to Classic Car Radio. Now I'm super loud. Super loud. I'm sorry.
You're a
Just
pain
take
in
it
the
down a bit.
ass.
Just wait.
It's cold, the AC's
Hold
off.
it. That's better. Much better.
Are you okay
No,
now?
the last segment I was almost yelling into the mic. You guys are fine.
Yeah, I heard you
I couldn't
fine.
hear myself. I was barely.
That's really not a bad thing.
Who's going to do the show? You?
Yeah. But
You don't like doing news. You
we
don't
can
like doing
wing it.
history.
We can wing it.
Yeah, you wing it. Yeah.
Hey, we always have good shows.
Welcome to the
well-
Kenny Schofield Show. Let's wing it.
We'll call Todd.
Oops, did I
here we
say that?
Oh,
Whoa.
boy, that was a low blow.
Yeah,
right
don't
there.
write the show. Just come in and wing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you wouldn't believe this car I got in the shop. Yeah.
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 Good stuff
No
we
one
got
can see
going
it
on.
because we're radio.
All right, what else you got? Go ahead. Keep talking.
I almost swore
See what
just
happens
then.
around here?
By the way, he throws to something.
Anyway.
You know.
I'll throw you guys under the electric S10.
There you go.
Anyway, this classic car dealership, speaking of scams, is actually one giant scam. It's a classic car dealership. This is on also thedrive.com. Fraudulent website bears the same name and logo of a once legitimate but now shuttered business. So what happened is the city in Kansas is doing its part to warn consumers of a fraudulent classic car website. The Mays Kansas Police Department issued a consumer alert via Facebook, and according to law enforcement, the now defunct used car dealership, Mays Motors, has been resurrected as a classic car business, and the flashy new website bears the same name and logo, as well as some really nice inventory, but too bad all the inventory is fake, and it's all a front to steal your money.
Damn.
Yep.
Like that's not the first time it's happened, you know?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna add something personally that happened to me once, and I'll tell you, not to me, but to someone. And the police department contacted the Mays Motors owner, Gabriel Nicholson, who confirmed that the classic car site is an imposter and he had nothing to do with it. So the genuine Mays Motors website utilized a .com URL, while the scam seller is using .us website. And the .com link is also listed with the Better Business Bureau on the dealership's Facebook page. Nevertheless, the official website URL is no longer active. So the genuine website was captured last November, while the scam site surfaced just this month. And the former Mays Motors building and lot were sent to auction, with bidding ending just last week. So the building doesn't even exist anymore, but so many people don't know. But these counterfeits, bogus sites, they look pretty good, and the devil is always in the details. So this writer did a reverse image search, and he found a 1972 Buick Skylark that was listed for only $19,000, $19,700. The images are from a classic cars listing that shows it sold for $41,000. If anything, the fraudsters did get the vehicle specs correct, but that's of course because they
You get it from
copied it from
another
the other
dealership,
place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they get it from wherever they got the
So-
picture from.
So I'm gonna divulge something I haven't done on the air before, but way back in the about 2006, 2007, I was messing with Romanian eBay scammers. Okay.
Right.
Who were selling cars. And because I knew my cars, when I saw a car that was way too low, I would say that might be a scammer. So I would send an inquiry and I would get a broken English reply or the typical, I'm out of the city, I'm out of the country right now,
Right.
but I'll have my carrier send you the keys as long as I get a deposit for $5,000 or whatever.
Right.
So anyway,
Yep.
we were turning in these guys to the FBI, but the FBI said the Secret Service actually handles it because they're part of the Treasury Department. So I had a Secret Service guy that I would contact every day anytime I found these scammers, and well, I don't know what he did with it, but one day, I got a keylogger from the Secret Service.
Oh yeah.
And it looked like a Western Union telegram. So I could send these Western Unions to these, all Romanian, by the way, scammers. And the scammers would open up that Western Union thing
Right.
and see, but it had a keylogger on it. So I could see their keystrokes on my computer.
Right.
So when they logged into their fake Yahoo accounts, I could see their login, and then the next letters would always be their password. So I could get in there and then see who they were scamming. And there was this one guy in Chicago. He just retired. He was buying a '57 Chevrolet from this scammer.
Right.
So I looked up his name. I looked up and I got his phone number and I called the guy. And he said, oh, no, I just retired. That's my retirement money I put away to buy a '57 Chevy. And I just sent the Western Union to him.
Oh,
And
geez.
he tried to get it back from Western Union. 25,000 gone in just a matter of an hour. And
Yeah,
I
that
was
happens.
just too late to save the day for this poor guy.
Yeah.
His wife skinned him alive because the poor guy didn't know. He just didn't know there were scammers out there doing this at eBay.
There's a lot of scams going on around.
Yeah.
I just got an email from somebody. I guess people are getting texts now that you owe a toll.
Yeah. Oh,
Toll ticket.
the toll tax.
That's the big thing now.
Right.
So just be careful if you get a text from some unknown thing and says you owe money on a toll that you didn't pay. It's a scam.
There's a woman a few years back when I lived in Barefoot Bay, a woman that lived next door to me came over crying. I have to go to Walmart and I have to pay in gift cards or they're going to put me in jail. I'm like, give me your phone.
Yep.
And I grabbed the phone from her and I started screaming at this guy. He's like, I'll have you arrested too. Well, he could barely speak English.
Yeah.
So I called the Sebastian police and I said, there's a brown Chevy, it was a Ford, like an old LTD sitting there. And so the Ford LTD was sitting in that parking lot waiting for that old lady to bring gift cards. The Sebastian police would not do anything about it. So they're terrorizing these old folks, and the police didn't do anything. They wouldn't do anything.
I got a new one last week. Guy calls up. He says he's from JP Chase Morgan. That's who I have.
JP Morgan.
Right.
Chase.
Yeah. Chase.
So I'm looking at the caller ID and it says TD Financial.
Right.
So I'm like, so what does TD Financial got to do with JP Chase? And he's like, well, we're calling this because your card got hacked. I was like, yeah. And he's like, did you charge this much for Walmart? It's like, nope. He's like, you charge this, you charge that. I'm like, nope. He's like, well, we need your password and your account number. I said, well, you're the bank calling me. You should have my account number. So what do you need my account number for?
Right.
He's like, well, we need your passwords and stuff to log in. I was like, yeah. I was like, so I mixed up all my passwords and gave him up a bunch of different stuff. And then I called the bank. And so, but once they send you this text message about trying to get your password, they hack your phone and they get all your info off your phone.
Right.
So you have that little pass key on your phone, they get everything because that dude hacked my bank account.
Wow.
By the time I got on the phone and got somebody on the phone from the bank, he was already in the bank account.
Yeah.
Wow. So never ever call them.
Right.
Yeah.
Never call
But
them.
if it comes up TD Retail or TD Financial, be careful. It's a scam.
Yeah, I think I've got one from them. Let's go on a quick break again. We'll be back with Classic Car Radio in just a minute.